You know, the one problem with doing all these prediction videos is having to tell the public that I'm right and you're wrong, and do it before you even realize it. So, that's what we're doing today. We are telling y'all, I am telling y'all that pretty much the future. Pretty much the future. I am telling you the future right now on what's going to happen, and you're going to see it happen live, and it's going to be a great experience for y'all because and me especially. So let's dive into this immediately. Today we got South Florida versus North Texas. South Florida's ranked 24th. They have definitely the better wins, but North Texas is undefeated. This is a possibility of being the game that decides the G5 team making it into the playoff. I have almost no doubt in my mind that South Florida will win this game. This game could be definitely higher scoring, but I have full faith in USF to win this game. They have been battle tested with the best teams you could possibly get, and they've performed not too bad. They've won 2 out of 3 of them. That's pretty good. So I get them in this game. And then you got Pittsburgh starting off the noon slate on Eastern, of course. Pittsburgh playing against 25th ranked Florida State. Florida State came off a tough loss to Miami. They tried to push back really late. Miami, I think, was just gone at that point. If they can run the ball well against Pitt, they'll be fine. Pitt's rocking a new quarterback. I got a feeling Florida State's going to be fine. They'll have a bounce back week. Could be closer. I think the spread's like 10.5. I have personally them covering that. I got Florida State winning this game. Pitt's not a bad team at all. But Florida State, when they play to a high level, is usually at home. They got to do it again. They got to play at a high level, and they have to do it this week. Big game. 8th ranked Alabama versus 14th ranked Missouri. That is a game that Josh Pate's up at right now, so hopefully that goes well. I predicted this last week. I said Bama will win by about 2 touchdowns against Vandy. What happened? They've won by about 2 touchdowns. But they'll go up and lose to Missouri. It was Ahmad Hardy and the stretch plays that Missouri has. Not a lot of teams perfect the stretch plays when it comes to running back. Getting your guy to the outside immediately. That's very rough. That's very tough to handle. I got Missouri actually winning this game. Missouri is really, really good at home. Underrated. And Eli Drinkwitz, you want to guess what he is the past 2.5 seasons? Record-wise. 2.5 seasons. Thought about your answer? He's 28-5. He's 28-5 over that stretch. And I don't believe he's really lost. He's lost 1 game at home during that stretch. And that was to the LSU team that happened to have Jaden Daniels, Brian Thomas, and Malik Neighbors. And they lost by 3 points. That is a tough team to play. I have them winning this game. A lot of the big ranked games that they usually have are on the road. A&M last year, South Carolina last year, those games were on the road. They don't usually get to host a lot of these humongous games. Now they do. I remember the last one they really had that was a big matchup at home was against Tennessee 2 years ago, and they beat us by almost 30. This team is going to be good enough. I trust them. I don't really trust Alabama in the second half with their offense. Again, they put up 9 points. You can say 16. They got that with 40 seconds left in the game when Vandy gave them an opportunity. That's not going to really happen against Missouri. They had 14 points to start off with. They cannot let up these big breakaway runs that they gave up against Vandy. Vandy made some big mistakes. I don't think Bo Peputa will. He sat behind a Penn State. He's played in some important games already this year. The rivalry game against Kansas and South Carolina. Win both of those games at home. They have faith. This is going to be interesting to see. This is their biggest test yet. Bama's been filled with big tests already this year. Interesting how that's going to play out. But I don't think this is going to be a runaway game. Definitely not a blowout. I got Missouri winning it. I think home field will make a difference. Just my opinion. I got that happening. I think Eli Drinkwitz is the most underrated coach in the country. He is phenomenal. He is great. He made Missouri from nothing to something. If they win this game, you could really make an argument they could be a top 5 team. Just saying. Depending on how they win it. It's like them or Ole Miss. If they win this game convincingly, we'll see what happens. Especially what happens in that South Carolina LSU game. But, okay, Ohio State, number 1 ranked in the country, playing against Illinois, 17th ranked. Betting line's like 14.5. Give me Ohio State and cover. Just this defense is amazing. They're the number one ranked team in the country. Miami's played great. This team is still number one in my opinion. Their defense is phenomenal. Their quarterback does not make mistakes. Jeremiah Smith is balling out. Carnell Tate's doing his thing. I have no reason not to believe it. I've seen Illinois play their worst game. I think they could be mentally broke at some points. Man, Ohio State will probably roll in this game. Ryan Day is a great coach. He's performing very well right now. 12:45, got Washington State versus Ole Miss. Fourth ranked Ole Miss in the country. Who would have thought that heading into this year? I thought they would be good. I thought they'd beat LSU. I didn't think they'd be ranked this high. I don't think they deserve to be ranked this high. They're not the best team in the SEC, but they'll beat Washington State because Washington State's not that great. Best team in the SEC, they play in Kyle Field. Just giving you a hint on what I believe. NC State at 3:30 playing at Notre Dame. NC State might keep this close for like a quarter. I think Notre Dame will just take away. The run game will be a difference. Remember, NC State did beat Virginia. They can put up points. They don't have a bad quarterback. I think C.J. Bailey's his name. Dude's really not that bad. Just as Notre Dame team's going to be balling out this game. They have to win these games. Iowa State at Colorado. Iowa State come off a tough loss to Cincinnati. Cincinnati's not a bad team at all. Good job on their part. Started off hot. Took care of business against Idaho State. Colorado's not that great. Really not. Hope Deion Sanders is doing a good job right now. He always has some medical issues. Hoping the best for him there. I just don't see Iowa State really losing this game coming off a game like that they put up against Cincinnati. I got Iowa State winning. I got Virginia Tech at Georgia Tech. They're going to run right through them. They have played better, though. Virginia Tech has played a lot better since firing their head coach. Shocker. The guy is the worst head coach in the country. Good job, but Georgia Tech's on a roll. But you actually have a little bit of excitement at Virginia Tech. Just a little bit, just something to be excited about. Now we got the Red River rivalry. Red River shootout, whatever you want to call it. This game really does rely upon if John Mateer plays, in my opinion. If he does not play, Michael Hawkins would be a starter. He did play them last year. They put up a total of 3 points. Not really what you would want. I'm going to pick Oklahoma either way, and I'm going to tell you why. I think Arch has a tendency, to push the ball down the field too much. I don't think Oklahoma's going to let Michael Hawkins, if he plays, do that to himself. And Lagway went for 300 yards last game on this same defense of Texas. That's DJ Lagway. I don't know how good Florida is coming off a bye. Maybe they're a whole different team. I do not know. But they showed flaws. And I just believe Oklahoma has the best front on the defensive side in the conference. Second best in the country outside of Ohio State. Miami's right there with them. This R. Mason Thomas is going to run wild. I believe Oklahoma's defense can force turnovers. I don't think Texas is going to be able to, mostly because Oklahoma won't let them. They will not make any creative play calls. Just get what you can get. Defense, do your job. This game could be under 17 points from both teams. This game, I got this being like 16-7. A lot of field goal reliance on Oklahoma. They're going to have that come through, and I think that will. I got Oklahoma winning this game. And Texas is favored. If Mateer plays, move it up to 23-10, in my opinion. Granted, Oklahoma, with Mateer, scored about 20-something, low 20s on Auburn. Which defense is better? I arguably would say Auburn's is better than Texas's. I mean, they're both really good. Auburn has a great defense. Texas allowed 29 to Florida. They are not the same. Okay, a big matchup of the week, probably the biggest matchup of the week. Indiana, 7th ranked, travels west to Oregon to play number 3 ranked Oregon. This game will really go anyway. I like Mendoza from Indiana. Makes a lot of great plays. Run a very, I don't know. It's just a very fluently good offense for Indiana. It's very nice to watch. Dante Moore showed up what he can do against Penn State. But we just saw what Penn State did against UCLA. Granted, playing in a wideout is very difficult. The circumstances are just very difficult by itself. But Penn State, talent-wise, is not what we thought they were. So maybe Indiana can do a lot better. Maybe their defense is a lot better. I don't know. So far, they've proved it. I like Kirk Cignetti. I love his confidence. I love Dan Lanning's confidence. Both coaches are very confident in their team, and they're playing each other. This is going to be a battle of titans right now, which is really weird mentioning Indiana as a titan right now. I believe Oregon has the most talented team, but Kirk Cinetti has one of the most orchestratedly well-grouped teams in the country. I really don't know how this game's going to play out. I'm going to pick Oregon because I have really no reason to go against them at home. The only teams that really lose is Washington, which is mainly just killing the board Michael Penix. And I like their colors more and their mascot. So I'm going with Oregon there based off the vibes. 4:15 tomorrow, SEC Network. My Vols, number 12 ranked in the country, playing at home against Arkansas. Bobby Petrino, interim head coach. Do I feel like that's going to make a difference? Kind of. I believe Arkansas has all their confidence gone after the Memphis and the Ole Miss games. I think they're shot. And Tennessee has to jump on them early. Ruin their hopes, ruin their talks, ruin anything that can happen. Because the past years, Arkansas's kind of beat us up at times. Last year, this is a revenge game from last year. We could have made the SEC title game if you would have won this game. If everything played out the same, we would have made it. Anyways, I have Tennessee winning this one. If we don't cover, if we aren't dominating this game, if we aren't up by 20 and heading into the fourth quarter, I'm disappointed. I know they've been close against Ole Miss. That's Ole Miss. We got to beat Tennessee. We have to show improvement. We're coming off a bye week. They are too. We have to show confidence. We have to play great. Go Vols. We got Bama next week. We got to be ready for them. I'm at Bama. I'm going to that game next week, so gotta be ready. Night games. Florida at A&M, 5th ranked in the country. I just told you that A&M's the best team in the SEC. I'm not picking against them. Florida could run the ball pretty well. They're not converting on third downs. Like, no one's converting on third downs against A&M. That's just not a thing. They have stopped Auburn completely. They held Mississippi State to 1 for 9. They've held Auburn and Mississippi State combined 1 for 22 on third downs. You think Florida's third down offense is that much better? I highly doubt that. I got Marcel Reed. Only mistake, Florida's defensive secondary can make plays. Marcel Reed will let you make plays. But I think they'll make a lot of plays by themselves. Casey Concepcion, the other guy, forgot his name. He's doing really good. He's leading SEC in receiving right now. Him and Chris Brazzell right next to each other. So I think they'll ball out. Not an incredible win for A&M. Probably like 21 or 24 to 10. I got A&M winning. They will cover also. A lot of covering this week. Kansas at Texas Tech. Jalen Daniels could ball out any day. Just Texas Tech looks like a way better team. They probably will play like that. And I have no reason to believe they won't. They beat every team by 24. We're about the halfway point of the year. Why wouldn't I pick them to win? I got Texas Tech winning this game. Michigan versus USC. At USC. You know what? Give me USC. Give me USC. Give me USC. I don't know why. I'm going to pick them, though. I think this game's on ABC. Let me get them. I don't really like this pick. I'm going to go for it, though. I think they're bound to make something happen. Big Ten teams that seem to have trouble going into California, going into the West Coast. Night for them is a 4:30 game. That's a different time. It's 7:30 for us. I'm in like. They already beat Michigan State. Just why not go 2-0 against the state of Michigan? Why not? I have really no confidence. I think Bryce Underwood might struggle. They got to stop Justice Haynes. This dude's been a beast. If they can do that, they'll win this game. It'll be tough, but you have home court, home field, and I think Lincoln Riley will have some new offensive sets that they can make big plays out of. Georgia going down to Auburn at night. 10th ranked Georgia. Auburn Jesus has not been resurrected in years. Let's just say that. Once the grave digger happened, any chance of that happening has been gone. I know what happened to A&M last year. The dude just dropped the ball. It wasn't like you did anything incredible. You just dropped the ball. You had a 21-point lead that game, too. You could have blown them out, but that didn't happen. So, I think Georgia's going to win. Might be a bit closer, because Auburn's defense is really good, but Kirby Smart is not too bad against mobile quarterbacks. He's not great. He's not bad compared to other guys we will talk about next, which will be my upset of the week. But I got Georgia win this game. They'll take care of business. Stockton will make the big throws. Again, lower scoring game. I got this game probably being 20 20-6. Is Auburn going to score? Like, you look at the game against A&M, they only really scored because they gave them an opportunity to. They just gave them a chance defensively. And what they have against Oklahoma? They did stuff against them, but Brent Venables blitzed the crap out of them. Auburn probably should have won that game. That's why I don't think extremely highly of Oklahoma on the offensive end. Auburn should have had 14 more points. It was your mess ups, Oklahoma, on offense. An illegal touchdown, and should have been a return touchdown off a fumble. Anyways. And if those aren't catches, right? If that's not a catch, then the one that was that 40-yard pass like down the field on the right side, that the guy dropped the ball once he got out of bounds, that shouldn't have been a catch either. Inconsistency in refereeing. It's just ridiculous. Hugh Freeze's job's on the line because of that. If Auburn's 4-1 with a 6-point loss to A&M and a win against Oklahoma, they're probably a top 20 team. Actually, they are a top 20 team, and Hugh Freeze is looking at as a great coach right now. Just craziness. South Carolina playing at LSU, number 11th in the country. Can LSU's offense find something to do with it? Kind of winning? No. They can't run the ball. That's been shown the past 2 years. Jaden Daniels was their best runner 2 years ago. They have nothing else. Brian Kelly's not a great head coach. He should be fired. He's not a good man. I don't know how you can respect him as a player. Like, in my opinion, LSU with Brian Kelly will never win a title. They will never win the SEC championship. They will never be great. Because how do you respect him? You can't. You can't respect him as a man, and if you can't respect a person as a man, it's tough to win a game. Even Urban Meyer was respected by his players, how hard he made them work. But, like, in my opinion, this game, this comes down to Lenore Sellers, and I believe Lenore Sellers will make all the plays that he has to. I believe South Carolina will beat LSU. I believe it will be 24-17. I believe they will be able to get after the Nussmeier. I believe this stuff will go in South Carolina's favor. The big plays will go in their favor. Why, you might ask? Do we have to pull up the tape what happened last year against Alabama? They can't stop the run from a quarterback. At all. At all. They suck against mobile quarterbacks. Klubnik can't run. Lagway can't run. Yeah, Chambliss, he can run, and he did. Lenore Sellers is the best running quarterback in the SEC. If you want to argue that, pick someone else. I would love to see who you can find. That's a better running quarterback than Lenore Sellers. As long as he stays healthy, South Carolina's bound to have an upset. It's Cocktober. Go ball out, South Carolina. Go kick LSU at the top 20. I got BYU against Arizona. This is pretty much a pick'em game, even though BYU is ranked at 18. I like the coach at BYU. I really do. They had a really good start last year. I got them winning this game. We'll be really close. Would not surprise me to know if Fafita makes a big play or two. And now we got last game at night. Arizona State, the 21 playing at Utah. Weird environment. Dampier. Hopefully he can play better than he did against, Texas Tech. But Arizona State's on a roll. Their only loss is Mississippi State at the buzzer, pretty much. They have won a lot of close games. They just beat TCU. They beat Baylor. All close games. Utah, not really had to play in a close game. I have a feeling this will be a close game. I think Arizona State will edge them out. I would not be surprised, though, if this goes in Utah's favor. These two are pretty much pop-up games. Pick whatever you want. I got chaos happening in the SEC this weekend. I do. I think teams that would not be looked at as high teams will play at a high level this weekend. And A&M will prove themselves to be the best SEC team currently in the conference. That might sound crazy, but this is not Jimbo Fisher's A&M. This is Mike Elko's A&M, and they got a squad. Hey, I don't hate A&M. I'll give them the props when they deserve it. Ole Miss, I said they would beat LSU when they did that, and they did. People saying they're most overrated. Yeah. By the way, Joe Klatt, I think, is an idiot for a lot of time. I don't really just say that lightly. He was talking about how Ole Miss was the most overrated team in the country, and then they went out and lost. I mean, Ole Miss went out and beat LSU. He never gives credit to Tennessee. He never gives credit to the SEC. He went on the Big Ten, on a rant talking about how the Big Ten is the best conference in the country with the best 3 teams, have 3 teams better than the SEC of Ohio State, Oregon, and Penn State. Penn State lost to Nico Imaliava, and then that same week, after he said that, Nico Imaliava, a transfer from Tennessee, goes out and single-handedly beats Penn State. I think Oregon could lose to A&M. I think they could lose to Ole Miss. I don't know about Tennessee. I really don't know about that. We'll see. That's why I want them to dominate. I'm interested in what's going to happen. I think Bama Missouri is going to probably be the game of the week. Watch these halfback stretches and watch Ahmad Harding. I still don't believe Georgia has I just don't believe Bama has a great run defense. People are dumb with personnel. Eli Drinkwitz is not. And that's a very rare thing. He's not dumb with personnel. They have 2 tapes that they can look at, or 3 tapes. Florida State, Georgia, and now Vandy on how to break off big runs. They're going to need some, but the outside runs with Georgia are probably what they're going to look at more. I think they'll make advantage of it. I got Missouri in winning this game. Put in the comments your own opinions. Hope you have a great day, y'all. Stay safe. Remember, God bless y'all.